Search the box. Really? What? Can't we just grab it and take it with us? Put it in the barrel or something?
There's something else inside. Grandad once woke me up with something like that for a whole week. He had his mind set on making a combat swimmer out of me and yelled at me every morning with it.
There we go.
What are you doing there?
Maybe I can communicate with the monster.
That's never going to work. We're surrounded by tons of flesh and blubber.
Yes, but the sound of the horn is amplified, then re-amplified until it's about 1,000 times as loud in the end.
Physical humbug. Obviously.
I must have eaten something bad.
Did you hear that? It can talk. Hello?
Who's there?
I'm your, conscience.
That can't be right. I'm a monster without a conscience.
Then, maybe I'm your stomach.
My stomach can speak? What do you want?
I want to see something of the world too. I want eyes.
That won't be so readily possible. And anyway, what is there to see in this cave? The same old walls for thousands of years.
You are 1,000 years old.
You should know that. You were with me down here the whole time and were grumbling. Who are you really?
We're two adventurers trapped in your stomach.
Really? I'm sorry.
Would you let us out?
No, I don't get my hands on food very often.
But there's no meat on us at all. Ivo's as thin as a toothpick, and I weigh less than a sheep.
Better than nothing.
Come on! We pried that chest from that gap in your stomach.
Which chest?
The chest that was plugging up the hole. It looked painful.
I don't know what you did, but I'm feeling better than I have in 100 years. Thank you.
So will you let us go?
All right then. But perhaps you could lure a few ships here, or a whale or two.
We'll see. Goodbye. I thought that monster was really nice. Perhaps we really could send a ship or two.
You are sometimes so strange.
But if we...
What the?
Surprise, my pretty one!
But... Captain Nate!
Have you been working with them all this time?
Oh, no, my dear. It's just that I happen to know which buttons to press with people like our human friend.
What did he promise you?
Our lives, mine in particular, and the treasure. All of it, except for one item which he wants to select.
I can imagine. Wilbur, don't hand over the artifact of divine fate, understood?
Understood.
The artifact of divine fate. Unlimited power.
Go away! I'm a mighty battle mage.
Sure you are.
Nate, you can't allow this to happen.
He'll focus on his own affairs. That's what you should have done, too. You... Ah!
safety.
No! Ah!
So Ivo got shot in the course. Hey, Faux Fox, welcome to the stream. Yeah, well, hopefully she'll be okay, but I don't know.
How could you do that?
I've saved your necks. Well, yours at least.
You freed the sorcerer, all because you wanted treasure.
Do you seriously believe I thought for 1 second that Munkus would give us a treasure hoard? I made a deal with Munkus because it was the one small chance we had of getting out of there in one piece. Don't you get it? They would have pursued us and made our lives hell. And sooner or later we'd have fallen into their hands. No treasure's worth that.
Do you think anyone anywhere will have a quiet life if that falls into Motroga's hands?
I really didn't know. Hey! Hey, little guy, where are you going? Fine, just go. And next time, just tell me what it's... Wilbur!
He's waking up.
Ah!
Nice and calm now. You're safe here. We're zombies.
So zombies make him safe? What the? He was talking... So they went... Okay, let me briefly summarize. I'll do this. Although I guess this music's going to continue to play. Alright. No point in that, then. So, basically... the thing we were missing from the end of last time was Nate had a fishing pole with fishing line, right? So you start to reach for the club the troll had, and then Nate says he'll see me if I go grab it. He goes, but then you hover over and you click on Ivo or Wilbur, and he goes, maybe I can communicate with them and have them distract him. So they do. The troll turns. Then Nate attaches the fishing line across. So you had the troll was here, let's say. He attached the fishing line across here to the club. So then, when he uses the mirror to do the light deflection, it makes the troll fall. So at that point, then all three of them, well, two of them, Wilbur and Ivo, go in. And then Nate goes up in the ship to wait for them. Ivo and Wilbur go to retrieve the artifact. They put the two crystals in the two... So you remember the big stone crab basically on the walls, and there were two spaces where you put crystals. So you put the two crystals there that you'd used outside to help open the door initially. You grab those two back again. Then you use those two on the two claws of the crab. The area for the mouth opens up and they go inside. After turning some light on, they figure out they're in the stomach of a giant monster. Whether it's actually a crab or not. Whatever it is, but a giant monster. So they go, there was this pool of acid in the middle, stomach acid. Anyway, so they use this barrel and go across a few times. Eventually get both of them to the side, pull out the chest that was stuck in the monster's side. And then, had basic conversation where, there was a pipe left over that was used for blowing sound, but it was kind of broken. It wasn't really working all that well. Wilbur found a phonograph and he took the horn, whatever, off of that, put it in the long musical horn to help amplify it. And then in the chest, when they opened that up, they found another smaller horn. They put that. So Wilbur then was able to communicate with the monster, and he convinced the monster to let them out because they had helped dislodge the chest, so the monster fell better. So that was basically the conversation you missed up until you saw.
I'm calm. And inedible. Bad skin. Very nasty flesh and hardly any brains.
You see, he hates us.
He's afraid of us.
And that's why he hates us. Our committee still has a lot of work to do.
What kind of committee are you talking about?
We are the Committee for the Humane Treatment of the Undead.
We're trying to improve the bad reputation that the undead have amongst the living.
And amongst the dead.
Because no one seems to like us.
Where is Wilbur? There was a trap and a shadow.
That was me. I knocked you down. You banged your head on a rock. Please, forgive me. I don't really have this body under control yet.
Why did you knock me over? What's happened to Wilbur?
He probably saved your neck.
The chief orc from the camp set that trap. If it caught you both, then it wouldn't only be your little friend who's in trouble.
Wilbur's in an orc camp? Oh, man, and it's my fault?
How do you mean?
Well...
Tell us, boy. As you can see, we've been blaming ourselves for this mess.
All right. My name is Nate. I was in Seastone by the Western Ocean. Then along comes this little gnome and...
Relates to them the whole adventure up till now.
And wham! Everything goes black. Then I wake up and there you are.
You deceived him?
You were only interested in saving your own neck.
Well, it's not exactly like that. Shades of grey.
You should be wearing this pillory.
I've lived with pirates, cutthroats, but never...
Now just hold it right there. Maybe I did behave just a tiny little bit narcissistically.
You sold your friends down the river because you hoped it would help you get out of the whole thing in one piece? No. You have to get Wilbur out of there, and you have to free the elf.
I know, you're right. And I have to get the artifact to safety too.
I will help you if you meant that seriously. My name is Gulliver. You can find me up in my workshop. Come on, body.
Come on, body. He has to tell the body to come. It's okay. Water corpse. Okay.
Isn't it a lovely day today? My finely tuned intuition is telling me you might have some troubles.
Oh, the trauma. The pain.
Oh, woman stuff? Or proper pain, like physical?
No, 1,000 times worse than that.
Looks like she shouldn't have gone into that deep water without her water wings.
It wasn't an accident. I wanted to kill myself.
It almost worked. Oh, well, sweetheart, it's not all bad. Tell your Uncle Nate what's wrong.
Your Uncle Nate? What the?
Make fun of me!
Would I?
You men are so insensitive. Only he wasn't. He understood me.
Who is he?
Maximilian. My Maximilian. Oh, the most beautiful man who ever walked under the stars.
Yes, and then?
Ah, gone. He is gone.
And that's why you wanted to kill yourself?
We were engaged. Maximilian and I were to be married. It was heavenly. I, the rich daughter of a mithril merchant, and he...
Get to the tragic bit, please.
I gave him chestfuls of gold and all my jewelry as a token of my love. He was going to use it to arrange the most beautiful wedding ever.
Ah, the con man hoofed it.
He did not hoof it. Something must have happened to him. He must have been held. Perhaps someone kidnapped him. And now he is languishing away in some tower and...
He hoofed it.
He will come back. And we will be reunited like two lovers on
And why have you chosen to ruin the atmosphere in this particular crypt?
This is the resting place of his forebears. I will wait with his ancestors until I receive news from him.
Sounds logical. Well, it can't last that much longer.
I know.
As much as I'd love to spend more time with you, I have to get going. In there lies one of the ancestors of our watery corpse's fiancé. A tomb like that would have cost a fortune. The dead guy's family must have been loaded. Perhaps that's why she cries so much.
Because she was in it for the money.
The stone carving of the knight is very detailed, masterful. You can see every detail, from the blackhead on his nose to the seal on his ring.
Ew, blackhead on his nose, that's gross.
The stone carving of the knight is very detailed, masterful. You can see every...
Oh, that's the same thing, yeah.
The stone carving of...
What? This is this... Oh, this is doing this over here. I wanted this one.
The stone carving...
What? These are all the same?
The stone...
I guess they're all the same. Okay. Or both of them, anyway. Or these are all both the same. I was thinking it was two different sarcophagi, and then that I had clicked on the wrong one or something.
A few dust-covered urns, most of them decorated with coats of arms. A double-headed eagle, a badger eating a snake. There's a king's head in orange and blue. And here, a green W in a lozenge. None of which means a thing to me. They mean nothing to me. I guess they must be the family crests of the dead.
The front part of the crypt. I guess all of this is that. Okay, I guess that's... Might have missed something, but it doesn't seem like it. Alright, I'll be back in 1 second. I'm just gonna get something to drink. Be right back. Yeah, I thought maybe help the lady, but it seems like it was just a conversation piece. Maybe we come back to her in a little bit. Maybe we help her later on, I'm not sure. But for now, it seems like no. So it looks like this is more like Frankenstein type of stuff, right? Where they're stitching together bodies rather than eating them or something.
A pot containing some gloopy glue. There's a small stick in it.
I guess they don't care that he just took glue from them. I would assume they'd use glue for some of this stuff, but...
A flattened tube of yellow paint. I don't think there can be much left in it. Aha! There was still a bit in it. I don't need the tube anymore. I think it's that unbreakable thread that you hold roast meat together with. There must be a good 10 meters of it on the roll.
Okay, use that either to tie somebody up or possibly as an equivalent of a rope to carry you down, maybe?
Obviously, the skull-headed zombie was reckoning there still weren't enough horror characters here already. Obvious.
Okay.
Obvious.
Oh, that's still part of it? Okay. Gulliver.
Hey, Gulliver.
Ah, the living one.
Is Wilbur okay? Where have the orcs taken him, and what are they going to do with him?
They've taken him into their camp. That much is clear, but I don't know what they're going to do to him. Could be rather unsavory.
You mean...
Put it like this. If you're concerned about the little one's life, you may soon have one worry less.
Does your body maybe act a little kooky?
No, it doesn't. My body isn't finished yet. Or do you mean the old one? the rotten one in the ground.
I, meant that one there.
Oh, this one. Oh, it's not mine, just borrowed.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
He's like, makes sense. That's a thing.
Whose body is that, then?
Esther's.
And who is Esther?
No idea. Don't know her. But this is her body. She's helping me until I got mine back. Then we're both going to look for her head.
Esther.
Exactly.
Okay.
How did you get to know each other, you and Esther's body?
For many years, I was in a grave out there. I chewed my way out of the coffin after my old body gave up the ghost. Then I saw this body outside, stumbling about, headless, knocking over gravestones, running into walls. I thought to myself, this is a sign.
And what you're making there, that's supposed to become your new body?
Exactly. Isn't it excellent?
Yes. Yes, it's, X something.
Unfortunately, the construction drags along a bit. I'll tell you one thing. Never ask a headless zombie to replace your arms if you want to build precision machinery.
I'll make a note of it.
Never
What's new?
ask a headless zombie to replace your arms.
Doesn't all that wailing from that failed swimmer down there really get on your nerves?
Steady on. The young lady is suffering great distress. And she lets it out. Day in, day out. For hours on end.
So what's the story with her missing lover?
He jilted her, cold as ice, raked in her gold, and enjoys a sweet life somewhere down south.
She seems to think differently.
The good woman isn't really in touch with reality. She still believes everything will be resolved one day. She's waiting for him to appear or send her a letter. Anything at all.
I've got to get going. Breathe, feel my heartbeat, that sort of thing.
Don't let me stop you.
You know, except for the potential that the water corpse would come after him romantically or something. Other than that, I mean, if that weren't a risk, it would be a nice gesture for Nate to try to send her some letter after he's away from here, just to give her some kind of peace or something. But yeah, maybe Gulliver from Gulliver's Travels, although there aren't small, there aren't the little Lilliputians and stuff here, so I'm not sure exactly. Maybe it's one of these other journeys. Maybe.